Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Lighthouse Labs Holmesglen info session. In this session, we will be discussing all things Lighthouse Labs, including our web development bootcamp and all of the opportunities that taking this bootcamp can offer. My name is Sarah Kavanaugh, and I am the Community and Brand Coordinator here at Lighthouse Labs, and I will be hosting the session today, but I will not be alone. I've called in some of my friends and colleagues to help me out. So we'll also be hearing from Andy Lindsay, who is one of our amazing web development instructors, and we'll also be hearing from Kat, who is our Career Services Manager. So at this point, you're probably wondering, what is Lighthouse Labs? Lighthouse Labs was founded in 2013 by a team of software developers who shared a passion for code, mentorship, and education. Our mission is to continuously find the best ways to train the next generation of developers and transform the way tech education is delivered. With the support of a brilliant team of instructors and mentors who view coding as the ultimate craft, we continue to empower students, launch careers, and contribute to the incredible growth of the tech industry. So here at Lighthouse Labs, we offer both web development and data science bootcamps, but today we're really going to focus on our web development bootcamp. So not long ago, coding was the exclusive domain of developers. People in other roles didn't really know this so-called secret language, and it didn't really matter. But in our increasingly digital world, knowledge of coding is useful and even necessary for a much broader range of functions and professions. The goal of our web development bootcamp is to transform you into a professional web developer. You'll come to understand coding logic using popular languages and frameworks like JavaScript and Ruby on Rails, while learning how to think like a programmer by building software from the ground up. Our web development bootcamp will provide you with mentorship, data-driven curriculum, and a top-notch learning environment that will launch you into your first junior web developer role. So who exactly are our students? Well, many of them are really just like you. A majority of them do have some post-secondary education, and some of them have several years of professional experience as well. Many of them are really looking for a career change and are specifically interested in this growing tech industry. Many of them do often try learning on their own, but they're looking for more structure, mentorship, and that career support that we can offer you here at a bootcamp at Lighthouse Labs. And really, time is of the essence with these students as they're leaving their careers, they have financial responsibilities, they just want a short, intensive program so they can start working in the tech field right away. Lighthouse Labs really does offer a unique learning environment that are unlike other forms of education. You'll share the classroom with people that choose to take bootcamp and worked really, really hard to get there. Prior to the bootcamp, you will have to do 70 hours of prep work to prepare you for the bootcamp. And during the bootcamp, you will be in class for 12 weeks, 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. Yes, this bootcamp is not for the faint of heart. 100% of your time and energy will be dedicated to the bootcamp. And yes, at times it can definitely be stressful, but the rewards are massive. And what I always say is it is just 12 weeks. Lighthouse Labs provides an environment that is motivating, supportive, and inspiring. Our mentors are available to you 12 hours a day for hands-on problem solving and support. So to learn a little bit more about our web development bootcamp, I'm going to pass it along to Andy, who is one of our amazing instructors.
Hi there. My name is Andy. I'm one of the full-time web instructors at Lighthouse Labs. I've worked for Lighthouse for the last 2 years. Prior to working for Lighthouse, I worked in the fintech industry as a web developer. I'm not only an instructor at Lighthouse Labs, I'm also an alumni. I've spent the majority of my working life working as a logistics worker and warehouse worker, and I decided to change my life and get into tech. And now I'm really excited to help others change their lives as well. All right, let's talk about some of the things that we're going to cover here at Bootcamp. We'll start with JavaScript. JavaScript is a flexible, beginner-friendly programming language. It's also the #1 programming language in the world, and it is the programming language for the web. So we will use it throughout Bootcamp to illustrate coding concepts and ideas. We'll also be taking advantage of Node. Node is a fantastic piece of technology that allows us to write JavaScript on the back end as well. So we can create full stack applications using one programming language. We'll cover HTML and CSS. HTML and CSS are the building blocks of the modern web. So we'll use HTML to structure out web pages, and we'll show off some CSS on how you can style and make your applications look amazing. We'll also cover automated testing. Testing is what gives us confidence in the code that we write, and it allows us to say that we have fulfilled all of the requirements of a particular project. But manual testing takes quite a while having an actual user test your code. So we're going to show you various different techniques for automating this process to make it more repeatable and faster. We'll also talk about software architecture. This can't be understated. How we organize a project is critical to whether or not that project is going to succeed or not. And we'll show you various different ways to organize and architect a project for the web. We'll also talk about responsive design. More and more users are choosing to consume the internet through mobile devices and tablets. So we will show you how to make your websites look amazing on a variety of different devices and screen sizes. We'll also talk about databases. Databases allow us to persist our data in an organized and safe way. We'll also show you, once we have that information organized, we can begin to ask questions of it. And we can start analyzing things like, what is the most popular song on an album? Or how many days in a row has a user logged in? We also have a section of the bootcamp that will cover real world. It's a real world simulation. And we have chosen for that Ruby on Rails. So in our real world simulation, you will be dropped into a partially finished application written in a language and framework you have never seen before. And you are going to have to learn what you need to succeed. And this is a very real example of what you will be doing every day on the job. We will also be covering computer science fundamentals. Almost every Friday in Bootcamp is a fundamental Friday, where we'll cover concepts such as recursion, algorithms and complexity, object-oriented programming, and advanced data structures like stacks and queues. At Bootcamp, we believe in 3 pillars of web development. We will cover application development from the ground up. We'll teach you how to build a backend, style out a front end, and store data in a database. We'll also use modern frameworks and libraries such as functional React. And we'll teach you coding best practices, how to write clean, clear, and extensible code. You will also learn how to understand every single line of code that you write. And there will be various opportunities throughout Bootcamp for teamwork and pair programming, because development is a team sport, and we need to learn how to work effectively with other developers. The second pillar is computer science. While most of the bootcamp is focused on hands-on learning, it's also important to understand the theory behind the practice. Plus, it'll help you get ready for those job interviews. So we'll cover computer science fundamentals, some whiteboard and technical interview practice and advice, and we'll also go over some coding challenges similar to what you'll see while you're searching for a job. And the last pillar is engineering principles. We'll not only teach you how to write code, but teach you how to write code that works well, that's functional and performant. And you will have a solid understanding of how modern applications are built. And throughout the program, we'll use test-driven development to guide us, where we write our tests before we ever write any code. We'll cover security as well, and we'll show you the most common ways that websites get attacked and how to protect your site against those attacks. And last but not least, we will be using Git for version control. Version control allows us to retrace our steps should anything go wrong. And it also allows us to give attribution to particular developers for every line of code that's written.
So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the student experience here at Lighthouse Labs. So the aim of our satellite program is to provide the same quality and personalized education experience as our Canadian students, but while being immersed in your local community. The satellite program follows the same curriculum and structure, while lectures are delivered by senior developers via high-quality live video stream. We use Compass, which is our in-house learning management experience, and we also really emphasize mentorship. So mentorship is through a combination of Zoom, Discord, or Google Meet and Compass. This is a great practice for aspiring developers as these technologies are commonly used by tech companies across the world. At Lighthouse Labs, we take a unique approach to mentorship. A mentor at Lighthouse Labs is not a typical TA. Our mentors are teachers and actual developers. They are the prime catalysts of learning in our curriculum and a huge support with career soft skills and networking opportunities. No web bootcamp or data science bootcamp is easy, but at Lighthouse Labs, our mentors will get you through it. Not by doing the work for you, but they will problem solve with you to create independence rather than dependence, which will set you up for success in your first job. You'll be surrounded by expert developers from your local community. And not only do we bring in the city's top developers, but we connect you to the best mentors from across the country. This remote collaboration simulates a common working relationship between senior and junior developers. We'll also provide you with a strong peer dev community that's accessible 24 hours a day. You will also be a part of Lighthouse Labs' global Slack community, which is currently over 500 developers eager to share their learnings and advice. So behind the scenes, the career services team will also send your resumes out and promote you to employers at any chance that they get. They will help with scheduling and follow-up interviews on your behalf with employers. Starting in week 5, they will host workshops like resume writing, workshop and resume review, and interview workshops. They'll provide support and advice for situations around things like networking, relocation, and salary negotiation. But I'm going to leave it to the experts to talk about that. So I'm going to introduce Kat, who is our career services manager.
Hi, welcome to Career Services. My name's Kat and I'll be your tour guide today. Throughout your first 4 weeks of boot camp, you'll be focused on soaking up as much knowledge as possible. Your journey with Career Services will start in week 5, where we introduce you to our team and get you thinking about starting the job search process. Week 7, we'll do a deep dive into building resumes for what most of you will be a new industry. But don't worry, our experienced team will walk you through how to make a relevant resume that'll get noticed, and then you'll have 2 weeks to submit it. In week 9, before you start thinking about your final project, we'll go through interviews and how to ace them. In week 10, you'll have a one-on-one resume audit and career consultation with an advisor. And then in week 12 is where you really get to show off that blood, sweat, and tears to employers at demo day. You're now ready to go out and be professionals in your industry. As you can see, your journey with us starts ramping up as your learning reduces. Following boot camp, you'll have a continued alumni support from your advisors throughout your job search. That's it for us here at Career Services. See you on the other side.
So thank you so much to Kat for telling us more about career services. The career services team really works so hard to make sure that you all land your dream job after boot camp. So what will you be able to create here at Lighthouse Labs? So here at Lighthouse Labs, we really want to get you ready to work as a web developer or data scientist. Mimicking the real work environment of developers and data scientists, we include a group work element. Small groups of bootcamp students will work together to create amazing projects that will be showcased during what we call Demo Day. Demo Day is a special day for our graduating students. After 12 weeks of intense and hands-on learning, groups of students showcase their final projects to potential employers, as well as the Lighthouse Labs community. This could also include your friends, family, Lighthouse Labs alumni, and other students. Previously, demo days were held locally at our campuses, but now that Lighthouse Labs has gone digital, we do hold demo day virtually. Demo Day generally consists of hosts and speakers from the career services and education team, but all departments really do play an important role in the event. For LHL staff, Demo Day is a great way to connect with LHL students and congratulate them for successfully completing the bootcamp, which is really not an easy task. As Lighthouse Labs staff members, it is both motivating and inspiring to see the amount of knowledge and growth that our grads have accumulated in just 12 weeks. Demo Day is truly a celebration of students and all of their hard work and determination. Similar to a graduation ceremony, following Demo Day, Lighthouse Labs students transition from student to alumni, and they begin their journey as web developers and data scientists. Your first 12 weeks with Lighthouse Labs are really just the beginning. We support our alumni way after graduation through continued support through career services, continued learning opportunities, community events, hackathons, alumni FYIs, and demo days. So here's a little picture of what our demo days used to look like in person, but we guarantee that it is just as exciting online. So let's talk a little bit about the admissions process. We take pride in our rigorous admission standards, but the goal is really to make sure that everyone that starts at bootcamp is set up for success. Bootcamp is very tough, and it takes a specific type of student to thrive in our learning environment. Our admissions process makes sure that bootcamp really is the right fit for you. That being said, our students come from all backgrounds and all walks of life. Neuroscientists, accountants, teachers, and musicians have all come through our doors. At Lighthouse Labs, we're really looking for a rare breed, someone who seeks an opportunity for extraordinary growth and is ready to thrive in an intense learning environment. So, what's the first step? First step is applying online. A short 5 to 10 minute application for you to really just introduce yourself and include your education and any coding or math experience that you might have. Plus, we want to know your superpower. Really the important details that will help us get to know you. We do not require you to have any experience in coding or math, but we definitely suggest you do a little bit of research on the world of coding or the world of data science before you apply. We offer some free basic intro to coding courses on our website that are great for testing your interest. New cohorts do fill up on a rolling basis, so make sure to submit your application as soon as possible. The second step is the group interview. You can book in for your group interview during the application process. Otherwise, you will be emailed with a link to book it later. We really just want to meet you, get to know you, and better understand you and the bootcamp, let you talk a little bit more about the bootcamp and any questions that you might have. So this is really your opportunity to ask us anything and potentially meet some of your future classmates. So the third step is the logic and technical assessments. After the group interview, successful candidates will be sent over some material to study, so that you can prepare for our logic and technical assessments. You do not need to have prior experience in coding or data science to perform well on these tests, and we will provide you with all the resources you need to successfully complete them. These are both multiple choice and done online on your own time within a 2-week period of your group interview. The final step before beginning bootcamp is completing our prep modules. The first step to becoming a developer or a data scientist is laying your foundation with our prep modules. The 70 hours you'll spend on completing prep will introduce you to the basic technologies you'll use throughout bootcamp. We recommend that you apply 6 to 8 weeks in advance, as the application process can take a few weeks and cohorts are generally full a month in advance. There is also 70 hours worth of prep work you are required to complete before day 1. Now, this sounds a little bit stressful, but it's really, really not too bad. And I know with the support from Lighthouse Labs, you'll be able to do it. So thank you so much for listening, everyone. I really hope to see some of you in our new cohorts. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to visit our website and send us an email or call us anytime. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.